So one of the nutrients we don't often talk about, at least in Nebraska, is potassium. As time has gone on, yields continue to increase. We continue to have good production everywhere. Inevitably, there's something that starts to creep up on us. And I think that nutrient for a lot of us in Nebraska is K. And, well, why has it not been a huge issue? Well, we know that our native fertility levels for potassium are all very high, and that potassium slowly kicks out from the clay mineralogy within their soil, so we don't usually have a problem with it. But we've been raising great yields for a long time now in the state of Nebraska, and there are some areas in the state that we're beginning to see issues with K. We see some visual symptoms. We might see a little bit of reduction in yield, but it's maybe not as noticeable, and we're not looking for it. So where are the areas, or what are the scenarios where we need to be thinking about potassium fertility? Geographically, in the state of Nebraska, it's the south part or in the east. So, probably somewhat south of Interstate 80, probably east of Highway 81, dryland fields. And then if they've had lots of hay production on them, so like historically like alfalfa production or corn silage, those are probably candidate fields to be aware of, that your hay levels have been falling over the past couple of decades. We know a lot of research shows that when you do have extremely dry soils, that K problem becomes even more of an issue because potassium moves to the roots via mass flow. So if you have less soil water, you've got less K movement to the roots, and that K deficiency starts to show itself. From a soil type perspective, usually sandy soils have lower K levels. We know that. Now, the one thing to know too then is we don't expect to build a K level in a sand soil because there's nothing for that potassium to hold on to. So you just kind of got to make that as part of an annual crop fertility plan to add kind of some low to modest rates of K in a sandier soil environment. But as you move west and certainly north into deep loam fields, that the farming history is probably significantly less than some of those older farmsteads to the south and east. We still have very high K levels. Shouldn't be an issue at all. But once again, potassium is one of those nutrients that we'll start to look at now and examine maybe over the winter time if you got a second.